Hi, welcome to another session of English conversation classes. Whether it's business communication or social conversations, we most of the time find ourselves stuck for words. We seem to lack spontaneity when we talk. We don't get words that we wish to speak. We have certain standard lines while talking and we are fed up of ourselves. We don't know what to do. And then we probably go back to doing a lot of grammar sheets to crack the problem, and then we come back to speaking and we realize, oh, not again. I'm again stuck. I know how a sentence has to be structured, but it just doesn't seem to come out of the mouth when I am expected to. So let's kind of discuss as to why we go wrong with the English language in the first place. Okay. Most of the time we are not to blame. Sadly, we have been taught a lot of grammar and theory before even we fell in love with the language, before we even got a feel of how the language flows. Our mother tongue, we learned by listening to people, by talking again and again, and there was so much of input around us that it just seemed to come out of our mouth. But why is English so strained? Why do we think so much before we have to speak? I think that's the whole point. Not being expected to think about the grammar, think about the sentence structure while speaking is the trick. So let's figure out how we could solve this mystery and how we could overcome this issue. And not to worry, there's nothing complicated about it. In fact, it's very easy. We need to undo certain mind blocks that we have. All right? Let's solve the mystery. All right? We're going to take a look at certain aspects of the spoken language. Let's get started, and we are here to solve a mystery today. So why do we go wrong in the first place? Take a look at these sentences, and these sentences are what I've heard people around me speaking. I've simply captured those sentences that I hear and I've typed it here. Now look at this, let's read it. I meet him in mall yesterday. We want to go to market today itself. We are having presentation with management. We gone to the theater to watch the movie last week. I've totally understood what people are trying to tell me. The meaning is not lost. But take a look at the sentence structure. Something's wrong and something doesn't feel right about these sentences, but we are not able to figure out what exactly went wrong. Now we are going to pick up these sentences one by one and do a little bit of dissection to understand what went wrong in the first place. And then we are going to understand how to correct it. I meet him in mall yesterday. मैंने कल उसको mall में देखा था. Now the point is, in our mother tongue, there's no big difference between the choice of words when we talk about today and yesterday. But we don't realize that we need to change certain words when we talk in the past tense, in the English language. So, I meet him in mall yesterday. The problem is that meet is a simple present tense. And it has to convert it to something that happened. I met. So, I meet becomes I met because you're talking about something that happened yesterday. I met him in mall yesterday. Now, mall is a place, it's a specific place. We don't realize that there is an article the that has to come in the sentence to complete the sentence. So I met him in the mall yesterday is the correct sentence structure. And a lot of times we miss out on the in and on before the prepositions. For example, in this case, I met him in the mall yesterday is acceptable. I met him at the mall yesterday is acceptable. But we need to have the preposition So what have I done here? I've changed one word into past tense. I have added an article the. I have made sure that the in and at is properly placed. So a sentence needs to have the correct tense, an article, and the correct preposition to start off. All right, now let's look at the next sentence. We want to go market today itself. Now, I forgot that I need to add a to. Where do you want to go to? I want to go to market is a specific place. I want to go to the market. I don't say I want to go to playground to play. I want to go to the playground to play. But if the place is a specific place, name, Delhi, then I don't use the. So we need to understand that. So I don't say I'm going to the Delhi today. I'm going to Delhi today, but I'm going to the market today. All right? So we need to understand that there are differences. But again, get the feel of the language. And how do you get a feel of the language? It's by listening to good programs in English, reading good books, reading proofread articles, not any article that you see on the net. Make sure that they are good quality material that you read. All right, otherwise you are bound to pick up wrong English. And also interestingly, something we don't realize is that there are patterns which build over certain geographies. So people living in the south of India, for example, have a very typical pattern of mistakes they commit. People of another state have a very typical pattern of English errors. So I think it's a good idea to look into all that and understand the difference between how English is spoken, how English sounds, the accent gets different. So I cannot speak in English and sound like a Malayali. So probably these are the things that we need to build. And it comes with a bit of practice, but before practice, I think the perspective as to what goes wrong and what can I do about it. A lot of times, people say, listen, I know words, I know the meanings, I'm good with synonyms, I can write well, but then when I speak, I don't get the words. The words that I want to speak just don't come. It's just the same thing. Every time I meet somebody, I ask, how are you? I wish I could ask something else. I wish something else came out of my mouth. I wish I could say, hey, what's up? But just doesn't seem to happen. What's wrong? Yeah. Now, let's see what we can do about spontaneity or having a good range of vocabulary with us. Let's look at one question. Okay, a lot of times when you are asked your opinion about a person. Let's say you're in the office and you have been part of a panel that has interviewed a candidate, and your boss asks, what do you think about this person? And you say, oh, he's very good. I think you must hire him. But are there different ways of saying this? Is that all I have to say? Or can I say something different? So now let's dissect this problem. Let's look at it one by one. All right? Now, how many ways to say this? So the question was, what do you think of this candidate? Do you think it's a good idea to hire him? Now your answer, yeah, he's very good. But what else can I say? First is your opinion has been asked. So when somebody asks you for your opinion, what are the ways in which you can answer? You can say, I think, or he appears. He appears to be a suitable candidate. He appears to be a good fit. He seems to be an experienced person. He's perhaps the right choice. Now, if you have these words, I think, he appears, it seems, he is perhaps, she is perhaps. Now that's something that you can do a mental rehearsal of. And what are the other adjectives that we can use to describe a person in this context? Capable, efficient, he seems to have a pleasant personality. So, the two parts to your answer, your opinion and your description of the person. So, instead of saying, oh, he's a good person, we must hire him, you could say, he appears to be a capable person and has a pleasant personality. I think he's going to be a good fit in the organization. All right. Now, but this is going to come to you only if you do a bit of a mental rehearsal of these things. So I look forward to many more such exciting conversations with you, and that's going to help you improve your spontaneity when it comes to English. Thank you.